What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? The poppers, the floppers, all the way to the rampagers. It's your boys, the West Coast Popcast, bringing you again the West Coast Popcast. The final boss, the only final boss in professional wrestling. I've seen a lot of guys steal my moniker, steal my flow, like they just discovered the word, the phrase. It's my name. The final boss is here, and we got big things popping with big business, and the Infinity Champion Eric Mercedes Mone is all elite.
That is true. Here's the thing: a lot of you people out there, y'all seem to act like Noc is the baby face and I'm the heel. But I have no problem sharing my moniker because the CEO recognizes another CEO. It's great to see Mercedes Mone doing her thing in AEW. Hopefully, it goes well.
I do hope it goes well. Debuting to a new theme song than the one we heard in her Stardom New Japan days. I'm hoping for big things, man. I hope it's a big year, starting with Destiny, hope or Dynasty. I hope she's on that card. I hope she takes the Forbidden Door, Double or Nothing, All In, all the way to Wrestle Kingdom next year, which I hope she's on the card for that as well. A lot of big things happening. Gold in her sights. She's trying to make change. She's happy to be here. Gave an opening, I want to say maybe 10, 15-minute promo. Great entrance, new gear. This might be I feel like we say this all the time. This might be her best gear I've ever seen. This gear is amazing.
Yeah, I saw a picture of it. She went all out. She knew that she was the one of the attractions, and she made sure to attract. So good on
Definitely,
her.
definitely. Speaking of seeing the gear, she is here. Mercedes Bode, seven-time women's world champion. Big business. That stage is growing on me because this made the entrance look even that much crazier.
True that. You mentioned the seven-time champion. Go on the channel, check out Knox Championship videos. If you guys want to learn about Mercedes, I guess after she was Mercedes the first time, but before Mercedes this time when she was Sasha Banks.
Did you mention Nia Jax again?
I would never. I Every episode we go without mentioning her is a dream come true. So I would never.
I heard a tail end of that because my audio cut out there. But um,
I was promoting your Sasha Banks championship video.
yes, sir. Sasha Banks, Mercedes Bodet. The championship video is on the channel right now. Check it out if you want to see all of her 7 world championships that she's won, including the ones on the indies that don't get mentioned often. But yeah, there's the stuff right there. Mercedes Monet killing it like always. She's all elite. And look at that, man. She got her merch coming out already.
Hey, good on him. Make that move. Let's see what the merch ratings are going to be in like a couple of weeks. I'm sure she's going to be a top seller. I'm
Her
glad that she came out first.
it is. Her only flaw is that she's from Boston. I cannot stand Boston, but she's a heck of an athlete, and I think she's gonna close the show as well. I think they're teasing a close because the women are main evented. We don't see that happen often.
No, we don't. No. I will. I will say you've been giving TK a lot more credit.
I have,
I
man.
can't. I can't give him credit because this is like when you bring a pretty girl home. Okay, so you clean your apartment, but you do it because of the girl. You're not doing it because you're a good, clean person. TK's over here trying to clean the house, make it look like he cares about the women, only because Mercedes is calling. It's not altruistic.
I got a point, I guess, but I mean, also with Mercedes being here, the new president of Stardom is backstage at AEW tonight. He's willing to work with TK, not like the other guy that TK had to throw shots out on. So he might be getting Stardom talent, man.
I can see this star guy being like, listen, I see all these women that you're not using. Let me take them off your hands. That way you have more room for all the men in your life.
Oh man. But you got. I mean, speaking of men, we got the Young Bucks coming out with the Okada robes as Okada is now part of the elite. I think that is amazing. I think they're going to go on a generational run, and I'm so excited for AW in the future, man. So hey, say what you want about TK, but he uses his people. He's cooking right now.
Yeah, he uses his men very well. Have you seen the Young Bucks and Okada like their video clips? Like they just did like an exclusive one where they're sitting on some couch talking about all the money what they're gonna buy after this 6-man
I,
tag.
I did see that. I think he joked about getting a Kia. Was it a Ferrari?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, People don't know because he's been the rainmaker for so long and like the main guy in New Japan. Okada does have that goofy, funny side. I think he's been waiting to tap into it.
I'm hyped to see it. I give him props to move over to America when he was literally like he was a fucking rock star in Japan,
Yeah.
and now he's coming over here, essentially starting over. I mean, I'm sure he'll go back and forth at some point, but props to him for I guess moving over here to do this.
It is crazy, man. It's a risk. I mean, last time again he was in America, he had, not the best run at a certain company that will be named, but
Yeah, that one day will be okay again.
hopefully. But it's just really good to see them clicking on all cylinders again. I hope it translates to ratings. I hope it translates to attendance. Um, Monet's bringing the money for sure. We got a lot of people to chat going on. Miss Phantom X CEO getting a chance going. Zach, the main man, Zach on his comedy tour, stopping in. Hollywood Zach is here. Shout out to your boy. He'll be doing his Rampage streams on Friday, so check him out there. Keeping the CEO chance going, and he's loving what Eric is putting down. Nailed it on TK.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
what it
think he
is. That's what it is. TK's got a pretty girl in his apartment, and he's trying to clean up at the last second.
Oh man. Zach putting his prediction. Here's what's going on tonight. No Way Out 2002 face promo. Heel turning the main event on Willow. Imagine that. A heel Mercedes is the best Mercedes. So that'd be kind of cool to see.
It is. But if you go heel Mercedes right away, you're not going to get Soraya for a while. Unless Soraya is a face. I don't know what's going on with her.
Yeah, she's doing a storyline with her brother, like going after Ruby Soho and Ruby Soho's boyfriend. I think it's good. They're killing. They're exclusively on Rampage. So
I'm sorry. What? That's what? Is that good?
I mean, if you want to see them, got to tune in to Rampage every Friday night with Zach on his live.
You're telling me if I want to see Ruby Soho, the person that everybody was so excited to see with the coolest theme song, and Soraya, a person they made a movie about, I have to watch what used to be the B show, but is now the C show. I have to watch the level up of AEW to see these women.
Hey man, this is content. If you're a real AEW hardcore follower, these hours of wrestling, no matter where you can get it, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Bleacher Report, man, you're gonna tune in. Are you a real wrestling fan, Eric?
You're right. Put them on YouTube. Put them on AEW Dark. Let's get back to that. We need more men on Rampage.
I do not co-sign that at all. Do not put my name on that one. Do not put my name on that one.
Mr. All Power. God, Eddie Kingston. We've been doing this show so long that people know my icks and my hates.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston, man, New York's own Triple Crown. He brought a championship to New York before the Knicks could. So you got to respect it like that. You got to respect that at least. He's 5-0 in 2024 right now in wrestling matches. And I put this graphic up real quick because I wanted to let everyone know that we have a new tier list out on the channel right now. The Streaming Showdown, who is the best platform, and help us decide who's the S-Class, top of the top. I want to remind some people. Out there, when you make this vote, when you go to this tier list, after you watch the show, of course, we have some cool things that are going to happen on a certain Disney Plus. Do you know what's about to pop up on Disney Plus, Eric?
Nah, it's new season of Peppa Pig or something. What's going on?
Not Peppa Pig, but the big Swiftie herself. Taylor is making her debut on Disney Plus tomorrow.
I actually didn't think that's what you were going to say.
You knew it? You seen it coming?
I thought you were going to talk about X-Men. This was a shock.
No, Big Swiftie's coming out tomorrow. The Eras Tour exclusive with exclusive video. I'm not saying I'm going to watch it, but maybe some of us are out there going to watch it. Mr. All Power, I don't know if you want to see Taylor, on fire. I don't know if you want to see this type of stuff, but it's going on to Disney Plus tomorrow. So, hey,
this was a pinpoint example of just when I thought I knew the answer, you changed the question. I did not see Taylor Swift coming up on the show.
Drive, man. It's crazy because I did mention Taylor Swift before I mentioned X-Men. And if you go back a few years ago, I chose to watch I, Tonya, the movie about the figure skater, over Justice League, which turned out to be a right answer.
Yes, that was the right choice.
It was the right choice at the time then. But if you told me as a kid that would be my choice, I wouldn't have believed you.
Oh, God, no.
But
you walked out.
What'd you say?
So I literally walked out of Justice League my second time watching it. I was like, nope.
I couldn't stomach a second time. Luckily, we didn't have to pay for it.
Exactly.
But like Eric was going for X-Men, it will be on Disney Plus next week, coming March 20th. We are talking about doing a review for this. So if you guys want to check that out and keep an eye for it, we are considering it. Let us know in the comments if you want to see that. And if you're going to watch it, I brought the X-Men up as well because Eric, the writer of the first 2 seasons before it even came out, just got fired the week before it premieres.
Yeah, I'd like to be a fly in the wall for that conversation. Like, you haven't even gotten the ratings yet, and you got fired. What exactly are they firing them on?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Nothing's clear. They were very like hush hush about it. But Zach, through the grapevine, through his Hollywood connections, Hollywood source is. It turns out he may have a pretty crazy John Cena-esque OnlyFans, and that's why they let him go.
Oh, I mean, in that case, they should be thanking him. This man, nah. You know what? Mr. All Power is going to agree with me. We need to stop demonizing OnlyFans. People out here making content. They're doing what we're doing, Noc. We're all making content. Some of us do it with less clothes than others, but we're making content. And it's the backbone of this economy.
Again, I do not co-sign.
Hey, I don't want no pretenders watching this show. Only fans.
Somehow, some way, every week you find a way to slip it in there and have a good connection. But yeah, let us know if you're watching X-Men. Noob and Co, what's up, bro? Are you watching X-Men next week?
What's up, Noob and Co? Also, lots of love for Pac in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, Pac's been gone for a minute now. I think he wasn't on All In last year. I think he missed it, which sucks. But hopefully he's healthy enough and ready to go for All In this year.
Hopefully. Yeah, injuries and travel have just kind of been his worst. He should be huge in AEW. He should really be like main event status. It's just shit happens.
It does, man. It's really a shame because I mean, if you look at his career though, he's been a triple. No, was he a triple crown yet? No, he won the trios belt and he won the international championship. He was the first ever. So he got some gold. Yes, he did. He was the first ever international champion. So he has a resume, and he has the match. He did a classic with Kenny, the classic trios with the Elite. But it's just whenever he gets going, he has to stop, and so it's been affecting his momentum.
This Orange Cassidy reign has been so long and so many. I honestly thought Orange Cassidy was the first. I forgot about Pac.
Yeah, people forget that is the first time Orange Cassidy had beat Pac because they had built that storyline since the first Revolution, I believe.
You're right. It was a good match.
Yeah. What was that?
I was saying Mr. All Power and they're saying Okada and Eddie are in the ring right now. Okada is going to leave that ring all greasy and sweaty and disgusting after touching Eddie.
That is the believed match for the Dynasty pay-per-view coming up. Hopefully Eddie loses there. You can't have Okada debut and lose.
Yeah. Hopefully Eddie retires.
Yes, because of nostalgic. Yes, sir. X-Men. Hopefully it's good. Unlike those edgy wrestling fans who don't know what real nostalgia is, that is X-Men 97. Just keep the train going. You bring back X-Men, bring back the Spider-Man from the 90s. While you're at it.
I've been meaning to ask you, who's that pervert on the left side, that far left?
Honestly, I do not know. Is it Morpho? Metamorpho? Is that a name? Someone correct me now. I know Zach is the encyclopedia. He might know that.
I keep on wanting to say it's Chameleon. I'm like, no, that's not X-Men.
Yeah, I believe his name is Metamorpho. We got Cable already in there. I know he was in the ending storyline of the first original. I'm excited. The art style is going to take some time for me to grow on, but I'm still excited.
Yeah, maybe I'll go back and watch. Oh, there's Zach. It's Morph.
Yes, it's
morphin' time.
Morphin' time. And no, Zach, I did not spend more time on Taylor than Mercedes. I got plenty of slides for Mercedes. We're coming in hot with big business. Come on now.
You did.
While we're getting ready for Big Ben's, because we think she'll debut return at the end of the night. Might have one surprise. Might have Jamie Hayter. Might have Britt Baker. There's a lot of stuff that might happen tonight, Zach.
Yeah, this is Mr. All Power. You might appreciate this. Jamie Hayter has been uploading a lot of thirst traps on her Facebook and talking about how she misses the ring. It's time to come back. So she's being more active, I guess. So she's getting closer to a return, I think.
Yes. We need to see it. Hopefully, she gets to go to All In as well because she did miss out on that, and she's most likely going to be champion going to All In last year. But for our second week in a row, our new series, the matchup of the week. Last week we had Wardlow versus Braun Breaker. This week we're looking at Tiffany Stratton versus Mariah May. Everyone in the chat, how would you book it? For me right now, I think I'm going with Tiffany Stratton. Mariah May's on fire right now. She's a Stardom standout, and she's in AEW. They would have a killer match. I think this would be a 5-star match, no doubt. The athleticism will be off the charts. But I think Tiffy gets the win. Mariah goes for the Mayday. Gets reversed into Tiffany's drop into her best, prettiest moonsault ever, and she gets the victory. How would you book this one, Eric?
Texas Death Match. Two enter, one must leave. Or two must enter, one must leave. I can't remember how it goes. Zach would know. But yeah.
Put him in a hair versus hair match.
It's been a while since we've seen that. I feel like we should have seen that. Have we seen one recently? Has someone had that?
I believe it was Julia got her hair cut, but that wasn't a match. I think it happened in New Japan with some of their wrestlers, but not on American soil. I don't think we've seen that recently.
Yeah. I'd take one.
Let us know in the chat, who are you picking? Tiffany Stratton or Mariah May? In a match, how would you book it? You're the booker. We're putting you in control.
Zach is heading out. He says later. And keep an eye out. I know he has plans to stream Star Wars Battlefront. I've already downloaded it. I'm waiting for it to release. At some point, we are going to play it. And just before you go, Zach, just so you can hear it, it's Zach!
That never gets old.
Oh, man. Newbin Co. saying he's going with Tiffany Stratton.
That's a good pick, man. Stratton's on fire right now, and she might be getting that Mania match with Bianca Belair. And I wanted to bring it up, too, because Bianca Belair, they're finally recognizing that she's undefeated at WrestleMania. I believe she's, 3 or 4-0 at the moment. And I think it's a great thing for the division because it's so hard for them to book, it's hard for them because they don't do it, to book women on the Mania card without the title. So if you have Bianca having a streak every year, you can get more women on the card for that singles match. I think it's going to be really good for them going forward besides just the title matches.
I'd take a woman's streak at Mania. I'd give it a shot. And I think it would piss off a lot of the racists. And fuck it, let's do that. Any day you piss off a racist is great.
It's going to piss them all off. But, I mean, when you're that talented, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Any day you can piss them off is a win by me. So I say do it.
Definitely agree. Back to big business right now. We're on the trios match. We just had to make the world title match, Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. Wardlow got put to sleep by Joe. Swerve came out to confront Joe for choking him out last week, and it was crazy, man. You should have seen it. Swerve looks like a beast. I don't know with the eyeshadow he's wearing. He brought the weapons. He was trying to take Joe out. So I think that's the match they're booking for AEW Dynasty next month. And honestly, I love Joe, but I think you book Swerve to get the victory there. I think it's time.
Sorry, I agree. Swerve should definitely get the championship. A little off topic, since you put this graphic up, as I lean into my camera to see. Is that Chris Jericho on the top right?
Oh, shoot. Honestly, I didn't really notice the people smaller. I think that is Jericho. I think we have Rio on the left, next to Hook, Jay White on the bottom, Jericho on the top of a building somewhere on the right. He's getting smaller and smaller.
But he's still, that's the funniest thing. He still has to be on the poster. I just imagine him walking into the room as they're designing it and saying, I better be on this goddamn poster. Oh, we already made it. There's no room. Put me in the damn corner if you have to.
It's insane, man. Is there anyone on AEW besides Jericho that feels so out of place like this?
I almost want to say the Hardys because I feel like I thought they'd be doing more, but
yeah.
It's not. It's mostly their fault. At least half their fault.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but yeah. Cause again, they could have been World Tag Team Champions if the stuff with Jeff didn't happen.
Right.
And Matt's contract is up, and he did post something last week, kind of seeming like I think he might be done. He was just kind of thanking the AEW fans. So I think the time is run out for the Hardys in AEW.
That wasn't goodbye promo was. I saw he posted something on like a video of him talking, but I didn't watch it. I was
Yeah, I don't think it was goodbye. I don't think, but it kind of seemed like that to me. It kind of seemed like if he's telling people thank you. I don't know if that. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe me reading into it too much.
Honestly, I don't think I can take a Hardy run right now. Seeing, I know you say Jeff is getting better or he's been better,
Yeah.
but watching them wrestle is kind of hard now. It sucks, but it's hard.
Yeah. It had to be like, I hate to make this comparison, but like when Saraya won in England, that moment was huge, but then she didn't do much with the title. They didn't use her that much, and she lost it pretty quickly, like within a month or two. So I think that's
Yeah,
kind of what they would have to do with the Hardys at this moment because they're not that hot right now. You just kind of be giving them the belts just to give it to them. They have to win it, then put someone over. I think in the loss on a pay per view or something.
yeah. It had to be like just in and out. Oh, Rainmaker for the win. The Rainmaker.
Man, my feed must be a little behind because I'm still seeing Eddie in the ring. Oh, he got kicked in the nuts by Nick Jackson.
Oh, good.
Yeah, my
Deserves
feed's
it.
definitely behind. As long as this leads to Okada beating him for the titles, doesn't matter to me. I still don't want to see Okada win New Japan Strong because I think that's a step down. Doesn't really make sense for Okada, but give him the other belts.
Mhm. I'll still say if it's 3-in-1 titles, I'd say get them all. If it's one, then yeah, I agree. Don't give him just the New Japan Strong.
Yeah. And there it goes. Okada just got the victory with the, like he said, the Rainmaker.
There you
Oh
go.
man. This see though, I think we're spoiled, man. I'll stand down as I'm standing doubling down. This is the most talented wrestling roster ever assembled.
I'll agree. I'll agree with that. Yeah, if everyone's healthy and Jericho's not in the limelight, then I agree.
We don't
That's
even
my
have
two
Kenny back
caveats.
yet.
That's true. Yeah. And Hangman's away for a bit. Adam Cole's injured.
Yep.
MJF is taking a
He's hurt.
break. Like,
Yeah, he's hurt. I think his shoulder gave out like towards the end of his reign.
which I mean, I wanted him to take time off anyway, just for absence makes the heart grow fonder, so he can heal up, take some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, even with all these like injuries, I've actually a lot of people have been saying that the AEW roster, like we look into injuries, is just outshining WWE right now.
Yeah. This is a heck of a show. AEW's been on a run right now. Definitely talking about it. But of course, I don't know if you noticed, but Bailey and this is an updated picture. Bailey and Trinity are in Boston to support Mercedes for her debut. Maybe they're backstage, maybe they're in the crowd somewhere. I don't know, but they're there.
That's awesome. That's great.
So like this sisterhood right here, this bond they have is doesn't matter about the promotions.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that. I know Bailey was like disappointed because she wanted Mercedes back in WWE, but they're supporting each other, and you gotta love that.
Yeah. What else we got going on here? But yeah, this is for Zach also saying I had more about Taylor than I had of Mercedes, even though it's big business.
I don't know, man. We put a timer up until he said that. Taylor, you were Kelsey in the show.
I'm not Kelsey. Oh man. But there's the full card in case anyone was wondering. We already checked off the World Championship match, and now we're checking off the trios. They did say Will Ospreay's in action. I truly don't care, nor I want to see Chris Jericho and Hook. The
I was
Gates
gonna
of Agony
say,
go on
why
here to lose.
Why is he teaming with Hook besides with the obvious?
His explanation literally was that like he wrestled his dad Taz in ECW, and Taz dropped him on the head with a suplex. Now he feels like he should be a part of his team because Hook dropped him a suplex last week. So I don't know. It's just they're coming up with the most like convoluted storylines to put Jericho with these people. I don't want to see it.
This is so. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm a hater of Jericho now, and I talk about him more than I should. But God, I just don't like him right now. He needs to go away.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I mean, and they put it on him because he's the first world champion. So say he leaves, say he jumps ship. Your first world champion's out the door. It's gotta. I don't know. Is that bad of a look as I'm thinking?
No, because it's Chris Jericho. Like if it was like Hangman or like an AEW original, then I could see that. But
yeah,
sorry, yeah, but someone like Chris Jericho, like I'm fine with that. I will be right back though. Give me 1 second.
you got it, man. Everyone in the chat, man. It's Big Money, Big Business Day. I see Newman Co with some comments here. I get the feeling that Damage Control might narc on Bailey at WrestleMania 40, and Naomi is the only person to help Bailey. It's looking like it because they're doing a very interesting story where Bianca still remembers all the bad things Bailey did because she was there. But since Naomi Trinity wasn't there, she doesn't know the bad stuff Bailey did because she was absent. She was off in TNA. So now she's coming back and seeing Bailey as a face, and that's her friend. I would like to see that bond as well. I think Naomi could. She has to do something for Mania. She came back. She was just world champion TNA a few months ago. She came back to WWE. She's barely getting her entrances, so let's ramp her up, get her in a big storyline. I'd be cool to see that. Dynamite update of the night. We got Christian on the screen in a promo package with Edge. That match next week is going to be insane. An I Quit match, Eric.
I'm excited for that. First of all, not enough I Quit matches done, period. But these two together, it's gonna be, they're gonna hurt each other.
They are. In Toronto as well. I don't know if they've ever had a singles match like this in Canada.
No, I don't think so. Because I think all their feuds, whenever they did feud, they were never like this big level. Focused. Yeah. And it was always like Edge was always gonna win, which I mean, it's like it was one-sided in WWE all the time. Like it was always done to put Edge over.
Yeah. And some people you might not remember, but Edge is still a former TNT champion. It only lasted a few minutes, but he still is technically a champion.
Yeah, which if they knew they were gonna, I don't know if I liked how they did it. Like they knew that they were gonna have a rematch. I don't think he needed to win.
It was cool because the way he did it, because it was like Christian cashed in on Edge, who was the original guy to cash in on something, and it just helped Christian his lore, I think.
Yeah, and it did make him he did force Luchasaurus to give it up, and like it was cool. It was a cool moment. Yeah.
Noob & Co. I do not believe Christian Cage is going back to WWE. I don't think he's going back at any time soon, if ever. They're probably gonna make some offers for him because he's been killing it. But him and Edge are killing it right now in AW. I don't see him going anywhere.
I see him going back only for the Hall of Fame because that's the one thing he hasn't done yet. That he still, I don't know if he cares about, but he does joke about it a lot. Like, why haven't I been put in yet?
He should be. I mean, he is a Hall of Famer. Everyone from that TLC match should be in the Hall of Fame. That enough, plus the extra stuff he's done in wrestling, he should be a Hall of Famer for sure.
I think they're literally just waiting for all of them to retire because they all just keep coming back. Like, Bully's still doing his thing. Devon is out in the wind doing whatever.
He was producing for a while. I don't know where he is still, but
I think after they released him, I think he just does like tours, and every now and then, if someone pays for the Dudleys, he'll show up.
For all the people saying like AEW has no full arenas, it's been gimmicks to get him there, like the Sting retirement and Mercedes debut. But these past few weeks, man, the arena's been looking nice.
That's good. I mean, I wonder why it's as bad. Like WWE shows aren't always full, but I guess AEW shows are just empty at some point. I wonder why. I don't get it.
And I feel like it's picking up a little bit now, with this season changing and everything, all the hotness around it. I think a lot of the bad blood around it and like the bad press kind of affected people going. But it's the hot thing again.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Just another dynasty right here. We're gonna get a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully it's Joe versus Swerve. Hopefully it's Mercedes versus Serena Deeb. We haven't seen where Mercedes is gonna appear again. She just had her promo. I think we're gonna stay tuned for this. Tonight we're gonna see some stuff. Hopefully they set up a storyline. Maybe she'll be on Collision and boost those ratings and attendance.
Hopefully that would be really cool if we see that.
Man, I'm working this podcast. I'm seeing some stuff I didn't put in there. I know I would never touch this, but I'm guessing a certain someone, the main man Zach, put this in here for our guy Eric. So you can take this one away. What the heck is going on here?
You know what's going on here, Zach? Let's break down the process of this. Zach had to find this picture He had to find a flattery picture. He had to make sure it fit this screen. He had to import it. And he had,
There's a lot of work going in on here.
Yeah, so a lot that went into this. You can say this. Zach he's got John Cena on the brain. It's ingrained in there. I think Zach is a John Cena. He's not here to refute this. I can say whatever I want. He is a lover of John Cena more than any of us. Mr. All Power, I agree. Who needs OnlyFans when you got only Cena? But you know the best part is, Noc? Cena's got an OnlyFans. You can go on there right now. Almost every day he's updating it. It's amazing what this man is doing. And Margot Robbie, go back and watch the Oscars. She wanted to see what the Doctor of Thugonomics was packing. She wanted to get under there. She wanted some Mr. J. So you can't. This is true
that is not Mr. J.
She wanted some loving. Gotta love it. Oliver, you're right. All I see is a floating card. But Zach did mess up. He forgot to put a 10 in front of that 0, 100%. So go back and watch the Oscars for this moment only, because this is television. This is that good shit.
We know who thinks this is great.
Vince McMahon watched this with a tear in his eye and said, "You finally made it, my boy."
Oh my gosh. This is exactly what he would want. I remember I did see some of the stuff they talk about to get this approved to go on Disney programming, with ABC and the Oscars. And they wanted like a bigger card. They wanted like some assurances. And I guess it worked out.
I mean, they had to get a bigger card. You know who this is? There's a reason Nikki Bella walks with a slight limp.
Oh my gosh. I think the card they said was Velcroed on as well.
Oh man. That's fucking hilarious. I'll give him props. People talked about it for a while.
They did. I mean, there was how we go from the Chris Rock Will Smith slap to this.
That's exactly that. They're like, we need something big, and Cena said, "How big?" Oh, you gotta change the slide before I keep on going. You gotta change the slide before I keep going. Oh man, yeah, John Cena can never go back to being a heel. This is gonna follow him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he's finished.
Mr. Allpower says he wants to retire at 50. Who should be his last opponent? Kurt Angle. If Kurt Angle can handle it, I say Kurt Angle. I don't know how old he is, but I'm assuming they're around the same age.
Maybe something similar. I don't know actually.
And Oliver, sorry, let me hear your answer first before we bring up Oliver.
Oh, who should retire him? Honestly, I don't know, man. You got to pass the torch to someone new. But he's been losing to Solo. I think he lost to Austin Theory at Mania, and I feel like he's done nothing for both of them. So then I'm thinking, who's a rival for him? It'd been cool to see him versus Samoa Joe, but he's in AEW. Kurt Angle's kind of done. He got retired by Baron Corbin in a stupid way. Who's left? Would you like to see Randy Orton get that victory? He said he wanted to fight Cena at Mania again.
No, their matches bore me. As someone who loves John Cena matches, they're so boring.
So then I'm looking at who can be an entertaining match to have Cena go out on his way, kind of like the Bucks did for Sting. And I'm trying to see. I don't know who that guy is, man.
I mean, go out on that.
I'll throw one out there for you guys. Braun Breaker, retiring Cena. Strap the rocket to him and have him go to the moon. What do you guys think?
I think they've kind of killed me on Cena putting people over. Like every time he comes back, he puts someone over. It takes away the impact of it. But yeah, he could wear that hat. Also, Oliver says, for someone who didn't want to talk about this, a lot of behind-the-scenes info. Actually, that's true. I didn't know this behind-the-scenes info.
Okay, you know why? Because I'm a professional, okay? We're out here running a podcast. I can't run a podcast without no information, without some stuff to bring to the table. We're not just out here throwing stuff together. Come on now, we prep.
I mean, yeah, give him props. I was over here watching this thinking, man, there's my idol Noc is over here doing research. So I mean, that's
That's
you
why
get
you
two
know what.
views.
That's why we gotta bring stuff because we're not just wrestling, movies, and video games. We're pop culture at the West Coast Popcast. That's why when we talk about CETA, we gotta do something for the demo as well. We're trying to get some of our demos up here. That's why we're talking about Taylor Swift on Disney Plus tomorrow, 6 p.m. for the Pacific time. Watch the fire go up, sing the songs. Not just Bad Blood. You're gonna be there for a lot of the songs, man. Go through the
Yo,
eras with Taylor.
if
Big
I
Swifty.
go if I go on our email and I see like I missed an email saying that we're getting sponsored by Disney Plus and you're not sharing this money, I'm gonna be so upset.
Imagine that, man. I hate those emails from you guys. The money's coming in straight direct deposit. Shout out Big Swifty.
Oh man.
I don't know if you have any Taylor Swift fans out there, but we're trying to get the demo up. So put your favorite songs out there. Nate, we're not talking about. It's not mid-pact. It's impact. Okay, TNA Impact. Nate. You know what's
Hey,
mid? The name Nate.
oh damn. Shots. But you know what, Nate?
Actually,
It's
it's not. I'm
okay.
sorry. I take it back. Take it back. Nate from Nathan Drake, Uncharted, favorite game of all time.
But you know what? It's all right. We don't trash talk Impact anymore, right? If y'all didn't know, it's been 3 weeks strong, and I have no regrets being Team Impact. I love it. I absolutely love it. What was it I sent you guys? What did Impact do recently? I forgot. They did something that's really gonna make TNA okay again.
You talking about refunding some people who
That's
missed out on the main event because of technical issues?
That's right. And you know what? I love it because TNA, we don't care about making money. We don't care about giving you what you pay for. What we care about is enforcing the law. You work for us, we will force you to work. All right? You watch TNA for okay quality. So make TNA okay.
Oh man.
Love it. I've never felt freer since I joined Team Impact. I love it.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad it's changing your life.
Yeah. Now that I know, like, it's not supposed to be good, it's just, it's freeing. It's nice. Let's get that. Yo, here's the thing. Everyone watching, I know now that Scott D'Amore is gone, we're gonna get the six-sided ring back, and we're gonna make AAA and the other Mexican promotions pay for it all.
What?
That's how it's gonna work.
I do not co-sign any of that. Do not put my name on it.
This is the third co-sign that I've signed alone so far.
Eric is on an island right now. Speaking about being on an island, on a mountain by yourself, Darby Allin is in the ring. He's taking on Jay White for the first time. Before this is his last match before he goes climb Mount Everest.
Yeah. So you think that Jay White takes him out, or does he just lose and disappear?
It makes sense. I think this is the first time we're seeing Darby without Sting in 3 or 4 years, which is insane to say. I haven't been that long. So he should lose. He's already banged up as well. He jumped off a freaking ladder to a glass.
Right.
So have him lose to Jay White, give Jay White that win. He's going to go away for a while anyways. Now he can come back, find himself, and come back stronger. I think he has to lose his match. That's how I would book it. I think that's what makes most sense.
I agree. I say Jay White takes him out, make it a devastating beatdown, and then when they come back, they have a nice little short feud to run through.
There's so much you can do that. I mean, he's climbing Mount Everest. You know, but you have that story of overcoming. Yeah, you have to overcome a loss. You go to Mount Everest, climb, find yourself, and then come back like a beast. And it doesn't make sense to have him beat a guy clean like this because there's no Bullet Club around the ring. It's singles match, 1-on-1, no one around, no interference. So if Darby beats him clean, then goes away, that does nothing for your product at all.
Right.
So I'm going for Jay White for the win. Who do you guys think?
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Just to switch it up, since we're talking about pop culture, and we'll give you a little insight here because yesterday, me and Eric were going back and forth in the chats because there was some insane stuff going on. And we're going to talk about this later on because we're thinking about putting a show together for if you guys are any fantasy football guys or if you watch football in general. We have some fantasy tips because we've been playing for years now. We got some good insights. We're really into this type of stuff. So it'd be kind of cool to talk to you guys about some of this stuff. Talk some shop with your boys with some football.
Also, I want to make it clear. When you guys watch this back after we go live, set a timer. how long Noc had Taylor Swift on that screen for. Because this promotion is
Hey man, if the NFL's doing it, we can do it
too. But yeah, guys, definitely stick around on the channel. I'm really excited to do this. There's so much to talk about. Like this is a crazy off season, and we're gonna be talking about our favorite moves, which teams to avoid, which teams to start looking at when you're drafting.
Yep.
And off the bat, I just want to say the Falcons, I can finally start to care about them again because that damn coach is gone and I hate him.
The coach is gone and they have a quarterback that can get their star players the ball. How do you have star players like Bijan Robinson, Pitts, London, and you can't find a way to use them?
Oh, I forgot all about Pitts. Oh my God, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be so fun.
I'm trying to find all the text messages I sent you of all the moves, but we're definitely gonna recap some of this. But obviously, the big ones right off the bat there: Derrick Henry to the Ravens, Saquon Barkley to the Eagles, Kirk Cousins to the Falcons, and I put him up there because we thought Aaron Rodgers was gonna go back to the Jets, but apparently he might be going to the White House. We're looking at a potential runner for the VP race coming up in the presidential election this year.
I need him to win. I need him to win because I need to see the vice president playing football.
Like at that point, I don't know what's going on with the country, but that'd be insane.
Oh man, it's flipping crazy.
It is. Here are some other ones if you guys are into it. We'll definitely gonna talk about this later on in the summer when like the fantasy draft starts happening, some of the preseason stuff. But one of my guys who let me down last year was Austin Eckler on the Chargers. He's now a Commander, and I think he's not going to be fantasy viable for a very long time.
I'm going. Here's the hot take. I'm going the opposite direction. Now, I'm not drafting him. I'm not drafting Eckler. I will not put my money where my mouth is. But I could see him trying to prove something coming into this season, trying to prove that he still got it. I know Brian Robinson was the RB1. Oh, damn. So, I mean, if they trade Brian Robinson for some pieces, that'd be cool. But I think I've got some faith in Eckler. Not enough to draft him, but I think he's gonna do better than last season.
I can't see it, man. I think, I mean, again, because I experienced it firsthand when he cost me so many championship games this year, but I can't roll Eckler out of there again. He broke my heart this year.
I get that. Because I mean, shoots, I would have drafted him if you didn't, because he was the star of my first team, my first fantasy team.
I know. So I watched him cook for all these other teams. The year I get him, which I thought was a steal, he turns into a bum. But yeah, I just don't know, man.
Hey, you know that's fine because I already know my skip, Justin Fields. I don't care where he goes. I don't care what he does. I am never, ever trusting that man with my fantasy again. That man hurt me.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. And it's crazy because who'd you have the first year? Did you have Mahomes the first year? You had some great elite quarterback.
I had maybe it was Lamar. No, it was Kyler Murray.
Murray was balling. That's when they were really hooping. Murray was putting up like 50 points.
He was rushing. He was being crazy. Then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. He just fell off. Word that he just didn't want to practice, and he's on the avoid list for sure.
He was too busy playing that Call of Duty.
Oh man! But this year I should have gotten Lamar Jackson. The person right before me picked Lamar Jackson, and if I got him, I would be the damn champion right now.
Yeah, well, this was a Lamar year, man. Another MVP season from Big Trust himself. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out on the channel. I was going to talk about that later on as the football season gets closer. But there's going to be a lot to talk about. There's a lot of big moves this past week. Let us know in the chat who your favorite teams are, and if you're interested in some football talk conversation on the channel. But going from football to another pop culture, the video game, State of Gaming, week 2. Let us know what you're playing, what you recommend in the chat below. For me, I finally got it. I've been telling Eric, my brother got me into Detroit Become Human. That game is amazing. I can't believe I slept on it so much. Highly recommend it.
It's fantastic.
I'm not even done. I'm probably like 2/3 with my first playthrough. I'm just kind of just doing what I want, not really playing like trying to make bad or good. I'm trying to just seeing what happens. But I'm definitely gonna replay it already. I already know that for sure. The game is so good. I love all the storylines as well. You get to play as 3 main characters and you go through like different stories. leading to like I guess like an Android revolution. The game is a few years old, but highly recommend. Eric, I don't know if you're playing anything new or you have anything else to recommend for this week.
I think I recommended it last week. I'll do it again. Helldivers 2. Join the fight for democracy, my fellow brothers in arms and sisters in arms. The bugs and the automatons are trying to spread their socialist message. We have to fight for democracy. Join the fight. The servers are hella full, but find your way in. Also, in 3 hours, my timer is literally on my TV right now because I tried to play it. Battlefront Collection goes live. The classic. Check it out. Maybe you'll play with us. I know Zach's going to try and stream it Friday, I think. If I'm free, I will try to join him as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm might be free Friday as well, and I'm one who's never played those games, so it'll be interesting to see for the first time how that goes. But keep an eye on the channel, man. We got a lot of stuff going for you.
Sea of Thieves, great game. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, jump in there. We're gonna do a set of gaming every now and then just to see, check in with you guys, see if we can have some recommendations and have that real community feel, just share some games. Yeah, started playing Sea of Thieves. I've never played it, but I'm pretty again, I think that's like the poster for Game Pass. So I think I'll check it out if you recommend.
I'll go on. Here's my hot take for gaming. I think Sea of Thieves might be the best pirate game ever made.
Really? I play Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh yeah, that was a pirate game. Shit. I will still stand by that. I put more hours into that than Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Okay. I'll take you guys' word, man. It's on Game Pass, so I'll check it out. Cole Money, 2K baby, 2K NBA or the new 2K WWE that just came out, which I do want to play.
Yeah, I almost bought it, but Star Wars stole it. So maybe in the next couple of weeks I'll buy 2K and hopefully I'll do a stream for y'all.
Yeah, we gotta get back on that Triton, man. They've been missing your boy.
Yo, I'm mad because I don't think Triton is in 2K23. I've been playing it and I don't see him. They're missing out on the hottest star in the world and the wettest.
Oh man. So yeah, that's a crime. They probably seen your stream, see what you were doing, and we're like, you know what, we got to put a stop to this. We can't monetize this.
I think they got mad. They didn't think of Team Seaweed. That's what it was.
I think it was, man. We know they be watching. We know. I be seeing you. Not that people be using the moniker Final Boss without watching. I see you.
Hey, everybody wants a piece.
Everybody wants a piece. But I tell you what, if you want to keep getting these pieces, I'm gonna send it by invoice. Okay, I'm gonna send it.
Exactly.
Because like Eric once said, you got to sell before you
buy. That's right. Oh man.
Channel, man.
If someone needs some fucking merch,
we do, man. We have so many sayings to put on these shirts, man. It'd be insane.
Oh man.
But like you guys said, put that timer up, Eric. Keep that timer going. We've been on Money Watch for about a year now, and finally the Money Watch has come to an end. It's dropped. It's rated money.
Man,
I think she's gonna come to close the show, man. She has to come to close the show. That's what Zach has said. I'm gonna try to see if I can get to Zach's comments from earlier. If you guys haven't seen it,
makes sense. It is her show. This is all for her.
I think it's a good way to like not waste time, have her open it, and then keep the fans there, keep them happy because you're gonna be expecting her later on. But Zach said earlier, here's what's going on tonight: No Way Out 2002 face promo, heel turn in the main event with Willow. We were there when Willow pinned her. Me and Eric were there front row.
Yeah, we watched it go down. She wrestled 2 matches that night.
2 matches.
Great showing.
I did see something. I do my research here. Professionals over here on this West Coast podcast. That a doctor did tell her that ankle injury might have been career threatening. Like it could have ended her career.
She did fall from like pretty high.
It was pretty high, and like directly in that ankle, I can see that because that you have so many small bones in your foot. It's hard to really recover. And I was like, damn, she's gonna miss out on Forbidden Door, which I think she would have been at All In. So it's good to finally see her here and give that promo. But yeah, we were there live. I hated to see it, man, because we got to watch her wrestle twice, and then she got hurt in the last one. And we felt so terrible to see that, man.
Right. Yeah, that was a shame. But I'm glad to see she's back. Hopefully, she takes things slow. She's healed up because she should be the face. It sucks. I feel bad saying a new person should come in and be the face of this division, but she should be the face of the division.
She has to be. She might be the face of the company at this point. TK got to do the right thing. Right there, another Dynamite update. Just like that, Jay White pins Darby Allin clean, middle of the ring, hit the Blade Runner. He does that move so well, man.
Yeah, I'm cool with Jay White winning clean. I think. I mean, I hope he injures him like little post match beatdown, but he can win clean. Give him some clean wins. He's a good guy. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah. I think we might have hit all the topics there besides like the big business type of time, man. Again, Boston, let us know how excited you are for Mercedes Mone. And I think I want to reference this because I think Zach put a poll out earlier. Let's see what you guys voted for. Who should Mercedes Mone first opponent be in AEW? Who do you want to see? And we had Willow with 18% of the vote because of their New Japan match. We had Serena Deeb with the respect, 13% of the vote. Timeless Tony Storm with 39%. And coming up as a runner-up, 30% with Saraya.
Yeah, I'm personally leaning towards Serena Deeb. I think that'll be a nice way to ease into it. Save Willow for the bigger spotlight.
Yeah.
Saraya, same deal. And who's the other choice? Tony Storm?
Yeah, Tony Storm, the current champion.
Yeah. I think Serena's a great starter. Great level one opponent. Nothing against Serena as a skill, as a worker, but yeah. I love seeing the flops in the chat. Thank you all. So let's stay wet out there, folks. We don't need umbrellas when you're in the Just Us League because we stay wet. Flop, flop, flop.
Is that why it's been rated so much in Southern California?
That's right. We put our hands to the sky and we make it rain. Speaking of putting our hands to the sky, this might have happened after last week's episode, so we didn't get to talk about it. But quick shout out to Akira Toriyama. Everyone raise their hands to the sky. Send your energy for the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, I cannot forget about that, man. That dude was instrumental in so much stuff because he wasn't just part of Dragon Ball Z. Chrono Trigger. There's so many influences of what he did. Honestly, I can't say I would have got into anime, or I don't know if it would have been as big in North America without him.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many stories that are based on Journey to the West, and his is like not even arguably, it is the biggest work influenced by it. Like everyone knows Dragon Ball. Everyone knows the story of it. At some point, it is the gatekeeper of anime.
It truly is. And then I don't know if you see this, but I don't know how real this is, but it did say there was a ceasefire with all the cartels in Mexico because of his passing.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If that's true, that is awesome. That made my heart skip a beat. That's legendary. Amazing. That is truly cool. Oh man. But yeah, I definitely gonna. I've never watched the original Dragon Ball, but I might give it a try now. I know the story. I give Dragon Ball and Naruto the same treatment. I know the story inside and out because I played all the games.
Yeah.
But going back and watching it, I just never had time to. So I might sit down, watch the original.
Okay. I think that's fair enough because I've never seen the original Naruto. I started at Shippuden. Like I've seen like a bits and pieces, but never watched it through.
There's a certain part you can stop. It just becomes filler after a while.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can say the same thing about the original Dragon Ball. There was just so much stuff they did with like the tournament that I really enjoyed. And again, I watched that through Toonami. So I got to see all those stuff before. I think I started with Dragon Ball Z, and when I seen on Toonami, I got to go back and watch Dragon Ball.
All right. For some reason, Sam just joined and just decided to load some clips at me and take fire. So, first of all, you're talking about staying. What do I mean by staying wet? That's my whole persona. Have you not watched this show, Sam? How do you not know that I stay wet? I go into the shower, I'm already wet. All right. That's what the Justice League is about. Flop, flop, flop. Now, the story of Dragon Ball. You want to test me? Let's test me. Goku lands on the planet Earth. At this point, we don't know he's an alien, but all we know is that he's a baby. Old man Grandpa Gohan shows up, sees this baby, says Kent Clark style, I'm going to raise this child to be my own. I'm going to give him the love that he never had. Goku, unfortunately, turns into the mighty Ozaru, the mighty great ape, if you will. Kills Gohan. Unfortunate. It's sad. This is Uncle Ben before Uncle Ben even existed. Goku learns that he must get stronger. He finds Master Roshi, master of the Turtle School. He finds Krillin, this monk-ass bully who thinks he's better than Goku. But as he works with Goku, as friendship builds, they connect. They fucking connect. Meanwhile, we got Bulma out here with a dragon radar, trying to find the Dragon Balls. We got Oolong wishing for panties. You're trying to come at me and ask me what's going on? I am the Dragon Ball.
Wow.
And Goku versus Superman, the classic question. Noc, I need to know your answer. Who wins?
I know what happens because I've heard what people said and they say Superman wins, but I don't give a fuck, man. I'm going with the Saiyan Prince. I'm going with Super Saiyan. You're not Superman. Clark Kent has no fighting skills. Nothing. This man, Goku will ragdoll him, beat the brakes off this farm boy. Come on now. What do you think this is? Farm strength? What's that compared to Saiyan strength? Okay? I don't give a damn what the say. Super Saiyan wins. What do you say to that?
I'm gonna piss everybody off. Not only does Superman beat Goku,
what?
Batman beat Superman. So by transitive property, Batman he's Goku.
Oh my gosh.
Go watch Death Battle. They support my claim. I've always said the great thing, you know what? This is coming as someone who loves Dragon Ball. The great thing about Goku's story is that he rises to the next level every time. Superman has no levels. He is the level.
Superman is not even a good strategist, bro. He doesn't come up with no game plans. I mean, he's just happy to be. He lucky he had Batman in his corner.
The strategy is that he shows up and he All Might looks at Superman and says, damn, I need to go to the gym.
Honestly, All Might give him a run for his money.
Oh man, I can't wait for this next season of My Hero and this movie.
So I'm still behind, bro. I haven't watched the new season yet. I gotta catch up.
Yo, I just rewatched randomly last week. I was about to go to sleep. I was like, you know what? I need to see the last 3 episodes of the My Hero last season. It's so good.
Damn. Yeah, I get back into it.
He's right. Superman is a better father. Gohan over here getting raised by Piccolo.
We use it now? What does that have to do with fighting?
Christian taught Goku how to be a father.
Actually, you know what? Is he a better father? Because, was Goku always around? No. But when the world needed his son the most, Gohan was there. He beat Cell. And who do we have to thank? Who do we thank for that?
Nah. If my child goes to school and there's somebody and then this grown man starts beating up my son, and I say, you know what? I'm going to fight this grown man. But then I randomly decide, you know what? Son, go fight your own battle. And then I say, hey, yo, grown man, here's a gun. Make it fair. Does that make me a good father?
Yeah, bro, he's testing his kid, man. And then his kid not pass and he survived. And then after all that, right? After he saved the world to put on his college resume, he retires from fighting and goes to school.
Exactly. So even after all that, Goku tests him, Goku sacrificed himself, and then Gohan's like, nah, I'm out. I'm done.
You want better for your kids, man. He went to school for a better education.
Nah.
Everyone shits in that story arc. He did the right thing. Put my name on it, final boss.
Left Vegeta here with no one to fight so he can go to school.
Vegeta always want to fight, man. He don't know when to quit. He be getting his ass beat every single episode.
My God.
Oh man.
We cover
You know what?
everything on the West Coast pop. My God.
Yeah, shout out to West Coast Pop. Shout out to Eric, man. I love everyone in in the comments, man. Really appreciate all you guys jumping in. Sam Charm, we did not miss you. What does Goku and Batman have in common, Eric? I don't know if you caught this one.
I meant to. What does Goku and Batman have in common, Eric? Are you? Is this a setup to a joke? Are you asking why I said Batman beats Goku? If you're asking a legit question, Batman beats Superman. Superman beats Goku. Therefore, Batman beats Goku. Murders him. Even worse, because he don't need kryptonite.
Oh, that's the other thing, bro. What does Goku have that super? There's no kryptonite.
Apparently, his kryptonite is being a dad. Oh, that's Nushi got
Damn.
it. Yeah,
That's
Nushi got it.
that's a little dark there.
Man,
Damn.
I didn't. Yeah, they got us. I didn't think about that.
Man. We are there's 30 more minutes of AEW Dynamite. I'm not too much sure how Eric has time, but we're having a great conversation here. I'm expecting Mercedes to debut again. I'm expecting her to come out and return and have a good shut up with Willow. But Mr. Douche did.
Oh God, I blocked that. Reading that, I had a flashback of the scene, and it just I got so irrationally mad. I hate that fucking movie. God.
That movie is terrible. I remember I hyped up that movie to my brother, and we're gonna go watch it. Man, I was like, "Yo, you seen the trailer? Man, this is gonna be great." He's like, "I don't really feel like going, man." He was gonna go through that phase. It wasn't really trying to go out. I was like, "But I'm telling you, it's gonna be great, man. It's Batman vs Superman. You can't go wrong." We get in there, and after we leave, there was no one to clap. There was no excitement. The room was quiet. And I'm trying to damage control and talk to him. Like, listen, I think it was actually pretty good. You remember that scene? Like he was fighting in it was like the Arkham games. I was trying to find bright spots, and I just couldn't, man. I had to come to terms with myself, like, no, this was really bad.
Oh God, it's so bad. It was so bad. Wasn't Wonder Woman in that movie? Yeah, she was.
She might have been in the end there. They just, and then I like Jesse Eisenberg. Why do you have to make me hate him by casting him as Lex Luthor?
God, that was such a bad direction for him.
That's when I think DC was just guessing. Either someone was sabotaging back behind the scenes, or they were just like, "Fuck it, man."
I don't know if you saw who was the director for that again. I forgot.
I think is that when Zack Snyder started?
Yes. So I think I just saw something where apparently he had to fight really hard against the ratings board because they didn't like the idea of Batman fighting Superman. So they were like, it's going to be rated R. And he's like, it's the whole fucking point of the movie. Like, I'm not going to.
We're going to have Batman versus fight Superman and not oh my gosh. Just mismanagement all over. And I can't even blame Snyder completely. I don't think it was fully his fault. There's a lot of mismanagement behind the scenes with the higher execs.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong with that era of DC. They were really rushing to catch up with Marvel. And the stupid thing is, if they played it smart, right now, I think Marvel is in their low point.
That's a great point. If they played it smart, they'd be booming right now in Marvel's low point. Because at some point, they were going to have a low point because they have to restart and rebuild.
Yeah.
So they would have been striving right now, and that's a shame. Now they're rebuilding, so they missed their turn to jump in. They tried to jump rope and got caught up in the rope.
Absolutely.
That's a great point, actually.
At least we got the Peacemaker. Season 2. Zach actually just sent me a text, literally as we're talking about it, saying that he can't wait for season 2. It's his favorite show, and he's gonna watch that over X-Men 97.
There's no way.
Hey, I got the chat, I got the receipts. Zach is. I don't think you guys realize in the chat how much Zach loves John Cena.
So you're saying Zach is an undercover Cena fan?
Absolutely. He actually. I don't know if he ever told you this, Noc, but he told me that if he had a boy, if he had a son, his full name would have been John Cena. Zach's last name. Not putting it out there, but
yeah, I was about to say. What was our boy? The main man, John Cena.
Absolutely.
Man. Oh man, but I think at some point let's swing it back to the wrestling. Right now, the Gates of Agony are facing Jericho and Hook. I cannot stand this Jericho match. It's kind of a waste of time. I'm not gonna lie to you, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on in wrestling. A lot of really cool stuff, and let me get to one part right here. So we have some pop moments of the week. first one up came on SmackDown last week when Cody got his revenge and smacked the shit out of The Rock. I mean, talk about some moments. Cody's had some major moments in his career.
He has. And it's crazy that was supposed to be a brawl, but Fox is tired of WWE shit. And they said, no, you're not giving you more time. So they made do with the slap, which works. It makes a damn good image.
Yeah, definitely a good image. I mean, now they're gonna put those shirts out, those comic shirts. I'm guessing of Cody slapping The Rock. Last night on NXT, we had some stuff, man. I'll start with the Tony D and Ilya Dragunov since they're building that match to stand and deliver. So I don't know if you see it, Eric, but Ilya Dragunov got kidnapped by Tony D and his men. They drove out to the bridge. You know, he's talking to him like, listen, man. I know you're coming for a championship. You know, this is your belt and all, but I've walked out here with a bunch of men before, and I was the only one that walked out. So, you know, he was just laying down the ground rules. It was just some great stuff. He's like, I'm not going to take you out this time, but you better watch your back. And I think it's time to crown Tony D, man. He's been locked in. He wants to be the head of the table, the head of his family, and get that NXT.
I want to make it clear. When he first debuted, I was singing this man's praises. I was laughed at for seeing a future in this man. But he is the guy. He is the Don. And you have to love it.
I agree, man. He's grown on me. I still gotta see some stuff in the ring. I don't really follow him too much in the ring, but I'm loving like these promos they do.
I wonder. There's some things that work really well in NXT because NXT is such a small universe. You can give it all that energy. I'm scared this doesn't work on the main roster.
I think there's a huge issue with NXT and the main roster because there's no creativity. For the longest time, we're seeing the same old camera angles that were, you know, jumping back and forth that made no sense. I think nowadays you can take more chances like this to do something different. So maybe I trust it more now than back in the day. If this was like a few years ago during the McMahon era and he was a go to main roster with this gimmick, I think it would fall flat. I have a little more confidence now.
Okay. I hope so. Because there have been too many gimmicks that worked really well in NXT that to be fair, Vince did change a lot of them. But there were some that just didn't work out when they came to the main roster.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Mr. All Power is right. You go to the bridge to stay wet. I love it. Tony D knows about that staying wet life.
Oh man. If you want to reference the private chat real quick, but yeah, stay wet. We're getting that over, I guess. But continuing with the flops in the chat. And besides that, we had Trick Willie. He came back for Mello, but he got Lash. Him and Lash had a moment last night, and now the metaphor is it looked like they're in shambles. So Trick Willie, man, Love and Wrestling coming to CW near you. Trick Willie and Lash legend. I'm not too sure if they're dating in real life or not, but they're now on screen, have a romance.
I mean, that kiss was passionate. I would not be surprised to find out.
Definitely.
I remember just seeing an image of it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's a good on-screen kiss." Nah, that shit was steamy when I saw the video.
Yeah. So, do you keep Trick in the NXT after his match with Mello?
Yeah, I say keep him until he has to win a championship. I think he needs the championship. And then if you want to pepper him into the main roster while he's champion, I'm not mad at that. But I think he needs the NXT championship payoff and let Mello grow on the roster solo before you bring Trick in.
Yeah, I definitely think he's earned it. So that'd be really cool there. Then the last pop moment of the week, we had, even though they had to pat him off at the end, Mark Briscoe in his match against the House of Black got put through a flaming table set up by Julia Hart on the outside. This is crazy, and I think we're building something really crazy. So hopefully this continues to dynasty. We'll get a nice pay-per-view match between these this trio, and House of Black get some more work. They've been wrestling more consistent.
It's funny you brought up the padding because I feel so. You, me, and Zach. I think you guys agree and disagree with me on this. I don't mind when a referee holds the ladder. Like if the ladder is looking shaky, I prefer a universe where the referee holds it and everyone lives.
Yeah,
Then
I
he
agree.
doesn't. Yeah.
In
But
fact, I'd put that on the cameraman to try to block some of that.
yeah, exactly. Um, I don't. But here's where I'm a hypocrite. The padding kind of ruined that spot for me. Seeing them have to put him out.
Yeah, it did. That's why, like, if you see like some of the clips they post, they cut it right before that.
Yeah. Like I feel like you should have someone on standby the second they go to the table, then you hit that fire extinguisher. If you want to do that, like Edge and Mick Foley, I think they well, they had gel on. They prepared for that spot.
Yeah,
But
this one seemed like he had nothing on to like help him out with that fire because it kept going.
yeah, which is I don't know, they shouldn't this isn't their first flaming table spot in AEW, is it?
Definitely not. I mean, you seen him over Cody, which looked even crazier. My God, dove head first.
Right. So they should prep that better. I think there's things they could have done to make that better. Also, the fact that they hit him with it, they pat him out, and then they just kind of move on. Like you don't really get a second to enjoy that spot.
I agree. They gotta like let things simmer a little bit more.
Pun intended.
Maybe not too much.
Yeah, I am glad that they've kept Briscoe around. Sorry, I forgot his name. Jay, right?
Mark.
Mark. Right. Thank you.
Yeah. They are using him right.
Yeah, and like I feel like a lot of people like WWE. They might have kept him around and had him like do some small appearances, but yeah, I'm glad they're actually keeping him around.
Yeah, I mean it's sporadic, but the way they use him works, and they keep him strong, keep him like he's a great baby face right now. And even when he works with some of the heels, like the Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, it still works.
Right. Yeah, because he doesn't have to be a true blue baby face.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always a feel good moment when he's on the screen, and you need characters like that in wrestling. That aren't just the comic relief, but like just to feel good wrestlers.
Right.
Let me hit up some of these chats real quick. We're gonna be on stream. I can't have all the Infinity champions time. I can't pay them that much. We don't have that much money to fund that. But we will be on stream till 7:00 Pacific time, 10:00 Eastern time to cover whatever happens with the ending with Mercedes Mone. So keep an eye on that. I think Eric might dip out before then.
I might dip out in a few. If you guys couldn't, I am distracted doing something else that is time sensitive. So I'm here until I finish this thing, but I'm still listening. I'm still talking.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the podcast. But we're definitely we're on Mercedes Mone watch right now. They're hyping up Rio versus Willow Nightingale. A nice promo package they're building up right here. So this will take us to the conclusion of the podcast this week. I also want to do a shout out to all the poppers, floppers, and rampagers. You guys popped last week. We did a big number in the podcast. We're over 200 views in the first 2 or 3 days. I cannot thank you enough for that. The likes, the comments, supporting the channel, man. Really appreciate that. We're going on. It's going to be close to 4 years we do this. We've been doing this podcast almost as long as Darby and Al were at Stig. We're a tag team.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a good while. We literally started pandemic era. Our first episode covered the pandemic WrestleMania.
Yeah, it did. I don't really know what inspired us to do it, man. But I was glad to talk to you. Let's talk about the origins a little bit if you have any new subscribers. Yeah, so obviously pandemic was crazy. We're all locked in the house, and we decided, finally we've been talking about the podcast. We'd worked together. We've been talking about doing it for a while. We finally just did it. Instant chemistry. I instantly helped the long pandemic days go by quicker. We didn't know what this was gonna be. We had no idea. We was thinking about we've done skits in the past. We used to do stuff for our job. We had met Soraya through doing that. We did stuff on our own. We tried to be the librarians for AW. If you guys remember that. So we had chemistry working together, doing some type of video content stuff. But we didn't know what this channel was going to be. So we eventually it was a podcast. We weren't even on YouTube when we first started doing it. I don't even remember what it was called, but we were on some like crazy podcasting site that got no views.
No, when we started, we were on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud?
Like our first few episodes were SoundCloud.
Yeah, first few episodes were SoundCloud. So we were out here doing the SoundCloud rapid type of thing.
Yeah.
And eventually we got on YouTube.
And I think the thing you're referencing was for anyone who wants to do a podcast, there are services or websites where you can upload, and they upload to everything else. I think that one was Podcorn. They uploaded to different stuff for us.
Okay, there was Podcorn, and then the other one I was thinking about, we were using Zencaster.
Oh, you meant the recording stuff. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I forgot. I was trying to think of that too. Yeah, we were using Zencaster. Yeah, if you guys are starting a podcast, use something else. I'll just say that.
They had one job during the pandemic, and they dropped the ball.
Yeah, that's a Bashley thing. But then, obviously, we've got the duck in the top right corner for StreamYard. We're on Zoom for a bit. PodHub. I haven't heard of that one, but I'm sure it's better than Zencaster. But if Zencaster, if you want to sponsor us, man, we're not ashamed to take some money.
After we just
listen, my tune will turn real quick.
You know what, y'all heard the way he gave his love to Taylor Swift all episodes, so y'all can see we've done it. We've recorded. Oh, I've recorded that for the podcast at least once. Just we made like cents on the dollar.
That's right.
Actually recorded a few. There's a few. If you guys, I don't know where you can find it because this was like when we tried to go back to doing like uploading the podcast
throw a dart
stuff.
On the episode, man. You got to throw a dart on the. I privatized some of those.
But it's not even on YouTube. This is like some of them are maybe SoundCloud, maybe Apple Podcasts. There's episodes where in the middle there's a random ad for something like whatever they said. Hey, if you do an ad for this, you get certain views. We'll give you money. Yeah. So if you can find those, then props to you.
Yeah. So just peeling the curtain back a little bit there, but yeah, it was a crazy start for the first year. I don't think we really hit our stride till like that. So if any of you guys are trying to get into YouTube or to content creating, you got to just be consistent. I don't think we hit our stride till like the first year. Like definitely those first few months were like super sketch, super amateurish. Did not know what we were doing. I don't even know if we were flowing. But that first year we started meeting people, networking, and like kind of growing our stuff and like really figuring out like what works. That's when we got into like some tier lists. Eric was experimenting with like Tic Tac trivia. We have a lot of different videos on the channel, man.
Oh yeah, there's so many. I hope you privatize the first ever camera reveal because I hate that video so much. It makes me cringe.
I thought it was great, man. I thought like the way I was really flexing my editing. I was finally getting on track with that. But
the editing was great. It was the fact that this was before I had it set up. I think I used my phone. It was but yeah, thank you guys so much. Like I find it crazy that we come on here once a week and we'll see people in the chat. We'll see people who we really get along with. Like you guys are fun. I did not think that we'd be at this level, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah, definitely just the beginning, man. So, and I appreciate everyone keeping the community like cool and upbeat. This toxic comments, but I'm glad everyone, you guys really appreciate all of you guys, every single one of you. Whether you comment or even if you just watch and you don't comment, we still appreciate you there if you're out there supporting any way you can. And again, we're sure to get these schedules together. We're gonna get these videos out here. But back at AEW on screen, Rio and Willow Nightingale are coming out for the main event, and they really are making this feel like a big fight feel. We had the promo package, we had the behind the scenes stuff. We had Chris Statler and Stokely Hathaway come out to support Willow Nightingale, which, by the way, that trio, they've been great together. They have not missed.
I've been seeing some clips of them. Like they're actually, God, it's funny. It's fun to watch. So I'm happy for them. Yeah,
and Rio's a beast. I love this, even though they're not really playing into it. I love how they have Rio as this big match feel type of person. And she comes out with her swinging her pipe. Like it just they make her feel bigger than she actually is. Like she actually feels larger than life.
That's awesome. That's good to hear because I like Rio. I know a lot of people were
against her in the beginning. Yeah. But like as far as the AEW fandom, the people that like the hardcore AEW guys like, and even like the backstage, they really like build her up to like have this nice persona. Um,
Right.
so it's really cool. I think even Stokely Halfway helped with that when he got jumped by a hook and he was walking backstage and everyone was making fun of him and he got to Rio and he got scared. It's just stuff like that, little stuff like that. That you add to the show really helps someone's character.
Yeah, that's really cool. Um, I am gonna take this time to dip out ceremoniously, but Noc, if there's one thing I could promote,
You got
um, now I originally was actually supposed to have this up and ready for this episode, but I forgot. So hopefully by next episode it'll be ready. But we've talked about it. We've talked about how in the Just Us League we support content makers. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to say the Just Us League is going on OnlyFans.
no.
You can find the Just Us League on OnlyFans coming to you soon. And you know what? You might see some things that you didn't think possible. You might watch it and say, "Damn, this is why I'm on OnlyFans." So keep an eye out. I will keep you guys updated. Hopefully by next week, I'll be sharing the link where you can catch the Just Us League. And you know what? Maybe when Zach and Noc see it, they'll jump on the OnlyFans train too.
No. For the fourth time tonight, I do not co-sign with my partner. The views of Eric do not represent the West Coast POPCast.
So if you want to support your boys, because we'll all be bringing in that OnlyFans money, because Noc's words are different than his actions will be. Keep an eye out for that OnlyFans channel coming to you soon. Noc, always a pleasure working with you.
We'll see you next, man. We'll see you next week or Friday for Zach's Star Wars Battlefront stream.
That's right. Mr. All Power, keep it real. Everyone in the chat, love you. Peace out.
Peace out to Eric, the Infinity Champion. So if you're still in the chat, man, you're going to keep rocking with the final boss here. Let me just adjust that screen real quick. We're going to be here for the last 5 minutes of Dynamite just to see what happens as it's big business tonight. Mercedes Mone. Right now it's Will Nightingale versus Rio. This is the first time I think I've done a stream in a while by myself. Like, I feel like the one-man band right now. My boy Zach is out of here. Eric, making his millions and millions and millions. We couldn't keep him the whole time. We don't have enough money to support the Infinity Champion for that long. But your boy's going to hold it down, man. The final boss. And I want to talk about that. I want to put my name on this as well. There have been so many people using the final boss moniker. Where's my credit? I started saying this years ago. Now Samoa Joe wants to say it. Now Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Serena Deeb. All these people using the final boss moniker. That's just mine. But I digress. Right now, I'm already feeling the difference in AEW right now. The crowd looks amazing. The new logo is growing on me. I love the LED lights. I know people are getting sick of the LED stuff with the screens around the ring, but I think it's a nice feel to the show. The camera angles are nice. The new stage has grown on me. And again, this is the most talented roster I think I've ever seen assembled in pro wrestling. I will say it again. I was a fan of TNA back in the day when we had guys like Styles, Angle, Joe, Sting, Bobby Roode, all these different people on the roster. Amazing Red doesn't get enough credit. Motor City Machine Guns, Beer Money. We had Xavier Woods back then when he was young. Jay Lethal in his prime. And obviously coming up with WWE when I started watching John Cena, Batista, Taker, Shawn Michaels, Ray. That was a very talented, that was a big superstar roster. But this one, when I say AEW, I'm talking mostly like the in-ring stuff where I see guys that will, every week is a 5-star match. I mean, we have guys like Ospreay, Okada, Kenny's still in the wing, Adam Cole. This roster is like so loaded, it's insane. And if Shelton Benjamin does join, I do trust Tony Khan to do right by him and have him go out properly. Because, say what you want about AEW, say what you want about WWE. How they treated Shelton Benjamin is criminal. This guy is one of the most talented guys ever to step foot in the squared circle. He's as talented as Brock Lesnar, in my opinion, and he should have been as big. Maybe it's not like Brock is the greatest on the mic. Brock did go to MMA and win the UFC championship, so he has that bit of realism, bit of to add to it. I will say that. But as far as athleticism, as far as what he was doing, Shelton should have at least been a world champion. And under that Vince McMahon nonsense, I think that's what held him back. Luckily, Kofi was able to break that and win that Mania. Now we have guys like Bobby Lashley who have won it. We have Big E. But Shelton for sure should have been world champion. Just like Crime Time should have been tag team champions. So I think Tony Khan, I trust him to handle it. Rio just hit Willow with a freaking Northern Lights suplex, and dang, that was scary. That was really close. They're promoting Dynamite next week. We're getting Mercedes on the show as well. It's in Toronto. Christian versus Adam Copeland. I Quit match for the TNT Championship. So a lot of good stuff there. I'm very curious to see how well the ticket sales go for next week. Now we know Mercedes is going to be there. Now we have the I Quit match in, Christian and Adam Copeland being from Toronto or being from Canada. I'm not too sure if they're from Toronto or not. I forget. But I'm hoping it's another big card for them, another big card in Canada where they haven't had the biggest sales over there. And I don't want to take away from this main event. This main event is actually really good. These two ladies are cooking. They in their bag right now. I told you, big match Rio is coming to play. I want to see if what Zach said earlier is going to come to light. Rio has, again, first ever AEW Women's Champion. Definitely a talent in the ring. Put some respect on the name. To all the new people subscribed to us, again, I want to give a big thank you out to you guys. We're currently sitting at 3.1 thousand subscribers. So really appreciate that, man. Last year, again, we didn't even have 1,000 when we got monetized last year. They had changed after we got monetized. They changed the rules to lower it. So we're like, did all that work just for them to lower the requirements. But you poppers keep coming in here. You flop with Eric. You rampage with Zach, and you pop with your boy. So definitely really appreciate that, man. It's looking like Rhea might get the victory. She hit the foot stop from the top rope. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2, man. We're going to stay here for the closing moments of Dynamite. And they're killing it. This is the type of stuff we want to see. 5 years into the company, man. The women are killing it. Main event right now. We just had the biggest signing in company history. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Mercedes is a bigger signing than even CM Punk. I'm saying that because she's still in her prime. She's, I think, 30, 31. There's so much that she could do to add to this, and I think she could really build this division. And I hope very soon we get the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships because there's so much talent there for it to happen. Mr. All Power, thank you, man. We appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you as well. Really appreciate that. Mr. Douchey, I know Eric tries to shit on you. He tries to push you down, but we pop with you. Thank you for popping with us. The bubbly. Willow dropping the straps. And I want to say this also, Mr. Douchey, if you're still there. When Eric said for the chat to attack you last week, I did not co-sign that. I was not a part of that. That was all your boy. Dr. Bomb from Willow on the first ever women's world champion. Here we go. And she hits it. 1, 2, 3. Pinned clean in the ring. Willow with the biggest win of her career. Well, second biggest win. She beat Mercedes. To end the show in the Boston TD Garden. I can't stand Boston. This is where the Celtics play. I can't stand the Celtics. I am a Lakers fan. But, Mercedes, I'll give her credit. She packed the house. Let's see how the show closes, though. Will Mercedes turn heel like Zach predicted? Will she even come out? I wonder if TBS gives them an overrun on time as well. And Zach, if you're still listening, they are still promoting Fight Forever. Their Season Pass 3 available now. I bought that game day one, and maybe we shouldn't talk about it. It's supposed to be a good night for AEW. Also, let us know in the chat. Mercedes did get a new theme for AEW. I want to know if you guys like the new theme song. I didn't get to hear it too clearly, so I can't give a full opinion on it. So far, nothing's happening. I'm very curious how they end the show, though. That's gonna. Oh, and there go the lights. Will it be Mercedes? I'm looking at it. It could be Jamie Hayter. Could it be Britt Baker? Will it be Mercedes? We were expecting more than one surprise. Lights are out. Oh, there goes Julia. There goes the House of Black Princess Julia and Sky Blue. Okay, so now this is going to be very interesting. They're attacking Willow, cornering her. Who will come out to save Willow? Chris Statler's in the back. She chilled in the back. Where's your girl, Chris? Phantom X, Willow versus Mercedes. You might be ahead of me. I might be back on my stream. Will Mercedes turn heel like Zach had predicted? We got Sam Charm in the chat one more time. Noc, what will be your dream match? If we're talking AEW, if we're talking about Mercedes, dream match easily Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes. If we're talking about all time, AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega. I need that match. All right, here comes Mercedes to close the show. In different gear, will she attack Willow for injury? Kind of not directly injuring her, but she was in a match that injured her. Damn, what a forearm to Sky Blue. Here comes the CEO. I think she changed her hair too. Wow, matched up with Julia Hart right away, TBS champion. Will she be the new face of TBS? That's a kick. Uh-oh. Now, this is the important part. She's going to go for a finisher. I'm sure they rehearsed this. Oh, that was clean. Wow, what an ending. The CEO is back. Now, here we go. Waiting for that face-off. This is the face-off we've been waiting. Me and Eric were at that show last year in Long Beach when we had the shocking victory. Dang. Uh-oh. She's raising her hand. She's sizing her up. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. I think this might be a slow build. Maybe not attack right away. It's looking like a slow build. Maybe next week. We got to build to something, man. I'm hoping also they do a big number. The ratings haven't been going up. They've been kind of steady. This should be a big number for them. That crowd looks amazing. That's a heck of a crowd, man. They packed the house. That's good to see. And like I always say, whether it's anything, you want to have competition. If it's just one company, that's never good for the fans, for the industry. You want to have more than one. So see AEW succeed, see WWE succeed, and whether Eric was or not, see TNA succeed. It's always great. But yeah, that's our show. Again, thank you guys. Last week was a big number. We really appreciated that. Definitely keep bringing out the videos for you guys. Eric did a voiceover, so definitely check out his voiceover work on the channel. We put it in our community notes and our posts. Tier list is live now, so let us know what your favorite streaming service is now. You put it up right there. Streaming showdown, whether it's Hulu, Prime, Disney, Max, or Netflix, the OG. Let us know your favorite showdown. We're going to wind down here on the channel, on the podcast. Again, thank you everyone jumped in with your boy. I believe, check out this Friday, Zach will be doing Star Wars Battlefront. You don't want to miss that. If you guys are Battlefront fans or just getting into it, if it's Eric and Zach, you guys are in for a treat because they both love those games and you get to see some cool stuff. What else is going on? Oh, I do plan on getting more Champions videos out for you guys. We had a TNA part 1. I'll get part 2 out for you guys as well as more. Right now, the Mercedes Mone Champions video is alive on the channel, so check that out as well. And hey, screw it, man. The final boss put my name on it. You guys want to talk about the numbers, the timer, the Taylor Swift Eras Tour is coming tomorrow. So hey, listen, man, if you got a girl out there, you know what I'm talking about. You got to put it out there. Reported. Who? You can't report me. I'm the police. I will burn this whole place down. King Kong. Now, there goes Eric again. Shame Mr. Douchey. But we're going to end the show now. Really appreciate everyone jumping in there. Big business concludes. We'll see you next week. To the poppers, the floppers, and rampagers. Peace out, y'all.